Okay, so we're starting a recording. So, otherworldly goods.
Otherworldly goods. Yeah, remember back, geez, it's only been 6 months, but remember when we just knew that we were offering otherworldly goods? We just didn't exactly know how that worked in the world
Yeah.
or how people could possibly respond, or if people needed to respond, or if it was all for the spirit world, or if it was just for us. I remember when it just was all unknown,
It
except
wasn't.
other.
Yeah. We didn't quite understand like what that even meant. And so we had to like just sort of act on faith,
Mm-hmm.
stumble through like everything else.
Yep.
And at the beginning we're like, "Oh, is this an otherworldly good thing? Maybe it is." And so it was kind of like a childlike approach to it. Um and then we started to play. I remember, I mean, it's just 6 months. I mean, it's really fast. And when we started to play with things and just think, okay, there are otherworldly things about almost everything that exists in this hellish world. You know, they don't just exist here. They also have an existence in the spirit realm if we just only acknowledge that. So we had to open our eyes to a lot of things. And it was some of these things were right in front of us, like the soul circles. Yeah, they exist on paper or canvas, but they don't live there. You know, yeah, this is a CD is a physical, tangible thing in this universe that we're sitting in, physically in the hells. But the content and the audio, even the sound waves created and, you know, heard, and the thoughts that come about through that resonance don't come from the hells. So we had to get kind of comfortable that in many ways we just started calling things as they were.
As you're talking, I just remember just feeling like a little kid, and it's like waking up from a nap, and your friend is over, and so you bring out your little box of otherworldly goods. Look, Mom, we're going to play the otherworldly goods store, and this is what this does, and this is what that does, and then we add this, and it was just totally open for what ideas could come, what could be created, the effects that it could have, what could happen tomorrow when we come back and play again. And we didn't need anybody to notice that we were playing.
Right. Oh, and we didn't care if
Mm-mm.
people noticed or saw us. We actually sort of transported ourselves outside of a place where fear and judgment really had no effect.
Yeah.
No effect. I mean, we could still tell that people had that, and oh, there it is. There goes that fear right over there. It
Mhm.
really had no effect anymore.
Yeah. Just kept playing. Somebody
Yeah,
would come along and make a comment or try to destroy it in some way, and just we would just laugh and keep playing.
yeah. As if like someone could destroy something. Really, I mean, it's like destroy a plate, we make a mosaic.
Mm-hmm.
Crack it open. Wow. Um, or it just becomes a story of like how the hells crack things open, and then the real um, revolution comes creeping out of the crack. So
Mm-hmm.
that was like fascinating too, just to realize that like interesting if we created an otherworldly good and the hells tried to break it or tried to manipulate it or destroy it even.
Mm-hmm. Or
It
just judge it and
judge it.
call us dumb, or
Yeah,
it made us realize just how playgroundish the world is.
right.
You guys are dumb. That's what.
um, but when they called us dumb, it had no effect on the goods.
No. Or
We realized, oh, they'd rather just talk to the maker, because they realize that good is like special and different, and so the maker's got to be the one we punish, you know. But if they try to destroy the good, it just turns into something else beautiful and it revolutionizes. We actually could get away from that. We revolutionize that process and just, oh, yeah, well, it just became this now.
mm-hmm.
And we learned through that. And you took it away to try to make it your own good. Well, good for you because look out, that's going to work on you.
Yes, if you want to claim it, here you go.
Yeah, if you want to steal it, if you want to claim it, you you will find the natural sequence of things that will happen.
Yeah.
And you might think it's a consequence and other people will think it's consequence or punishment, but no, this is just you have to like it's how they're made.
Mm-hmm.
The owner gets to feel feelings and the owner gets to um experience being jolted far out of the universe. If you're not ready for that.
Oh my gosh. And we remember when we realized and we started seeing those results, just
Oh,
sort of like a Jumanji thing.
I know. Um,
And understanding the responsibility in there, like, and where there was no responsibility because they had chosen this, so it was on them now.
well, it was also on them that if they wanted to claim all the abundance that came their way with it, they could actually do that too.
Right.
So, other worldly goods seem to be more honest than earthly. Well, I won't say earthly. The earth is good,
Yeah.
but the
Goods
the
of the hells.
the hell layer that seems to think they've claimed the earth. So, um, yeah, the otherworldly goods like spark imagination. They let people go places they've never been in their mind, in their dreams, in their daydreams,
Spirit.
spirits. They start seeing evidence in the world that they never imagined. And maybe it's just because an otherworldly good just sort of like showed them what could be possible and interrupted a broadcast for a time and just illuminated like what they could see on a day-to-day basis that they were ignoring. But they didn't have to see those things. It wasn't really for them.
Yeah.
It was the natural conclusion to that next loving thing that would occur naturally, whether or not they would want to see it or not.
It just helped us really, not even detach, but just exist outside of the hells.
Yeah.
Not be in it, not go there, not want anything from there.
Yeah.
As if the whole store was for us. And yet it had effects beyond us.
Hmm.
And to just get really comfortable. This whole store is for us.
Right. Right. And I'm fascinated now that I've kind of like gotten the imaginal going. I'm fascinated by people who actually created some of these things in the past. You can see sprinkles of this.
Mm.
There was a device that was like a dream machine. I don't know if you've heard of those. I've like just started reading about those. This dream machines that were created in the 60s. And that was an otherworldly thing. So it was like this light projected on a turntable, like a record player. They would like put this little cone device and it
Mhm.
had certain cutouts here and there was a light. And so it would turn with the turntable and turn you know, your whole room into a, a rotating room of light. And you were to close your eyes and see the flickering behind closed eyes
Mhm.
to actually bring you to a dream state while you were lucid.
Nice.
And so, like, wow, there were others who created otherworldly goods, even in the physical world before us. And so I've been inspired by that
Mhm.
recently to see what will happen. Um, and I think even like those little shakable snow globes,
Mhm.
somehow we forgot that those really were otherworldly,
Mhm.
or they could be. So, because they do inspire magic and imagination.
Mhm. And well, anything could be.
Yeah, yeah. Um, almost we could. It's almost like we could play with something and just sort of, even if we gave it away and said, "This is here. This is something I'm giving to you from my heart," but it really doesn't exist in this world, and I want you to treat it as such.
Mm.
Just planting that seed, saying, "Yeah, you might see this on paper, but it really doesn't exist here,"
Mm.
and that's a total paradox because it does, yet it doesn't, and
Yeah. Hmm. I just went elsewhere.
yeah, I did too. I was hesitant. I'm hesitant to like go there because that's a whole nother rabbit hole. Because it's just we're shown such just one projection. The hells want us to see one projection. It's like they've got one camera focused on the world, and it clears out all of this other spectrum. And so they want us to see all of that. And that's what's projected on the walls and into people's homes and into their minds. Um, and it's more masterminded with every step. But these otherworldly or interdimensional goods don't have to rely on that. They're the full spectrum cameras that we can use to view ourselves, the universe.
Yeah. And um, we really started to see the science behind intention and desire and creating. And we've just, without necessarily the mathematics, we started to understand it and use it consciously.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what, there's no stopping that. There's that's infinite possibilities there.
Mm.
and believing it. And we're so grateful for the hells becoming so insane that we wanted nothing to do with that. And so we could just step into what was real. Smacked us out of our own delusions.
Right. Right.
And we had to allow everybody to get to where they were smacked out of theirs rather than try to do it for them.
Yeah, I don't as months go by, I'm not even really sure what's going on there so much.
No.
So I have to like take a little, it's like I'm taking little peeks out my blinds, and then I just shut them. And I realize, okay, time to get back to the real work,
Hmm.
the real journey. And it doesn't matter if anyone else, if anyone else out there is even willing to like take that journey. It doesn't matter. It's look at what we've
Yeah, I'm sorry.
look at what we've created.
Yeah. And it's just for us
Yeah.
because we matter that much.
Yes. And why shouldn't we?
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't begrudge anyone else having this much abundance and wonderful, incredible, almost appearing to be magical things going on.
Right.
I wouldn't judge them or, yeah.
But it just occurs to me now that just looking back over the past 6 months and all the um, magical things as you call them, we left that world. And so when we leave that world with their rules, we
Yeah.
had to get ready.
Yeah. We don't have to play by those
We don't
rules.
have to play by those rules. And then you're like, whoa, look at things that are coming at us. I mean, and it's true. I mean, and then we start doing other goods. And we've experienced abundantly loving things that can't be explained by the rules of the hells,
Right.
nor contained by the rules of the hells.
Right. We don't even try.
No.
No.
Because as soon as we like decide consciously to step back into the mud, then the magic just sort of starts to go sunsetting again.
Mm-hmm.
And creating these things, and also the journey we're on, is like it's one more step. Yeah, we realize like, oh wow, these otherworldly goods, this concept we've had for like the last 6 months, it's just one more step that we're taking.
Yeah. Only one.
It is only one. And we're like, whoa, look at
Holy.
what this step brought. Oh my gosh. And it's just like when we like, dreamed up like Cosmic Fixer, Cosmic Dialog. It just came out. It's just like it poked out through a little perforation in the universe. And we took it and we trusted it.
Yeah, it didn't come into the hells to get us. We
No.
had to step into some realm, not the hells. Even if we weren't fully in the cosmic realm yet, we had to be in a place that was open.
Yeah. And we had to trust enough to stay in that place that's open in order to develop it.
Oh, just think back those 3.5 years ago, or if that's even the right time frame, I'm not sure. How much courage and faith it took to take those steps out of the hells
Yeah.
and to stay out and stay out a little further, and having people fall off and just shedding
Right.
So many things, and to just keep going.
Right. And to feel the feelings first before the shedding that actually happened.
Yeah.
And acknowledging it when it happened. And you're like, okay, that's what that feeling was that I first felt. This otherworldly place that we find ourselves in seems to bring us the preparatory feeling first. And then it presents the
Yeah.
gift after.
Yeah.
It
Good.
isn't like the hells think that we have to get the gift to feel happy.
Yes. Right. Can you imagine if back in 2018 we would have been shown, okay, you're going to do all these things and then no one's going to pay attention to you. You'll have no one in your life, but you'll have a lot of abundance. We would have just like, wait, well, how, what, how?
How is that going to be? You will have blessed rejection.
Yeah, everyone will reject you and everything you do and say, and just nothing will compute. You won't be able to
Yeah.
talk to people because they won't understand you.
That's the next one I'm going to create. It's the blessed rejection device.
Nice.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I wonder what that would look like.
Have you just been on a Tinder date?
Yeah.
Here's, here's your blessed rejection device.
Yeah. Um, even before the dates.
Yeah, you might want this.
Yeah.
Days.
Let's feel it. It just emits the blessed rejection to you for you to feel and sense, and before you get the gift delivered to you.
Right. And then what do you know? They cancel the date ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we could create the Star of Judgment button,
Ooh.
you know. Uh, and of course Rita's invisibility cloak she's used so many times
Yeah,
anyway, so it's like we already had that.
right.
Uh, um but yeah, the button of judgment would be, something you wear that's very spirally and fractally and emits love, but it's the button of judgment that allows you to feel it,
Uh,
almost like it is a gift.
yeah.
So, um, and I think that all of these gifts now they really do work on, really improving the resilience of a soul's condition and strengthening the loving connection to your soul and your feeling of, yeah, I am worthy of my holiness. And it may seem counterintuitive to everything that you have experienced in your previous life over there. But through imagination and faith and through um, just the counter practice that these bring about, it's not them themselves, it's the counter practice that they encourage in us, and the faith they encourage us to experience, and the holiness they encourage us to bring into ourselves. That how else will we like catapult ourselves out of these hells? We need extreme, almost crazy, methods. I mean, I do think there are some things that are like Play-Doh. Who would have thought of Play-Doh in the hells? Or or that like slimy glow in the dark goo that the kids love to play with. I mean, really, they've had these things
Mhm.
and get people out of it, and somehow we think it's okay for children to have these,
Mm.
and then when they grow up, not so much. So, but it's they all tend to improve our soul's condition because they are actually just showing us how our uniqueness, how different and separate we are from. Um, they actually almost like catapult us away from the hells.
Yeah, isn't that a fabulous trip?
Yes. Yeah. It's the interdimensional rocket booster. Could be the next one. Can wear that. Here's my rocket booster. Or maybe it's yeah, or maybe it's invisible. So it's, but we've been experimenting with this, and it's made a huge difference. I
And
don't have
my
to go out there.
angel investors just showing up. It's just a matter of letting the funds just come in.
and and other investments seem to just fly, and we just laugh and we're like happy and we're like looking at it and just observing it
Just keep playing because
playing.
yeah, we're getting evidence that we're going in the most loving direction.
Hmm. Yeah. um so made like other decisions easier, just, and they weren't even like decisions, they were just play, like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
You even said like in May, get ready because we're going to be making some otherworldly goods.
Hmm.
And then once we started now, it just like feels like, woo, that was a lot of fun. On to the next carnival ride.
Yeah.
What does this one do? So, um,
And if we spent time in the spirit world, what kind of devices would be available to us? It's not all just ethereal mists and things. I'm sure there's actual devices that do stuff.
yeah.
So we started learning about those.
Mm.
That's just, yeah. We're starting to have ideas there for how to implement those here.
And a lot of these things that we think are just dead things here, from, it's just a notion from the hells, because in the spirit world they have personalities and
Mm.
traits, and they're like, well, it's like people believed that crystals were actually beings and stones were beings, and we're noticing those things that are tangible here that people feel are dead, like plants. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
plants in the spirit world are amazing.
Hmm. Yeah.
They talk to us.
Like those crazy under the sea creatures that we discover that have all kinds of colors and weird things coming out,
Right.
lighting up, and yeah.
Yeah. And personalities is like, well, why don't you glow? I've just decided not to for all of the millennia, and I'm going to next millennia. And things like that. So,
Yeah.
um, I'm letting you evolve in your brightness because you couldn't handle me. How's that? So yeah, it's that kind of thing, and people may think it's just like total make believe. Oh my gosh, these people are crazy.
Yeah, we had to get really comfy with being crazy.
Yeah. Well, the real crazy
Mhm.
is a worse alternative.
Much.
Yeah.
You call that sanity, you can have it.
um. Yeah, I would rather laugh my way through the other worlds than to languish and grieve and feel frustrated and um, embattled
Yeah.
with the hells.
And what we realized, what it all just boiled down to when you really, mm, I don't know what word I need here, but when you really just distilled it all into the the originating of the craziness was a fear of death.
Yeah.
And we don't have that because we know that it's just the body.
It doesn't exist. Death.
Yeah, right.
It's a boogeyman. Death
Hmm.
is the boogeyman that was created.
So used to manipulate and control.
Yeah.
So easy to let it go and then let the whole
I know. I know.
I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
Let the whole universe open up to life. What's really out there for life.
Yeah. It's time to like take the remove the foot from the interdimensional beings. Or remove like the foot or the shoe that you've placed upon yourself in that rooted place. It's like, you don't need to stomp on me. I'm an interdimensional eternal being. And what, you think you've caught me by putting this shoe of death on my shirt so that I can stick around and flop about like a fish that's caught? No. It's and when it comes down to it really, and if I and but you feel like you're a loving person, so like I'm not going to wield this like a sword, but I'm pretty damn powerful because I know that I'm an eternal interdimensional being. If I'm going to create something here, I'll create it here. If I'll send me over there, I'll create it fully there.
Mm-hmm.
And death is just a specter that was projected on a wall to make you afraid.
Yep. Tony's over here going, hello.
Hi. And now I want to create a little puppet specter of death that has like little eyes that just flash. But that's a different, otherworldly good,
Yeah.
or one that just transforms itself into you know, or that just crumbles the first time you're afraid of it. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh
I
my
pull it out, people are afraid of it, and it crumbles. I pull it out, another one out, people are and it crumbles. That would be a fun otherworldly good.
Yeah, except that it's just a puppet, and so they're
Yeah.
not afraid of it, and so it crumbles.
Yeah. Oh. Well, it crumbles either way.
Right, 'cause it has
I,
no power.
'Cause that's the fun part. It's the fun part we put into it. There's natural power. Most people are like, oh, I can't bring that thing out for people to be afraid of, even because then it's going to crumble and they'll be afraid. So yeah, perfect paradox toy. So
Paradox toys.
that's another one too. That's our next
Love.
is paradox toys. You're welcome. That's the slogan. Oh yeah, the gargantuan laughing machine is another one that I think is on my list.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. It's big.
Yeah, because what's the point of anything other than laughing,
Right.
feeling joy?
And what's really happening, and we really kind of realize this, like eventually, yeah, it's just us. But if this thing logically plays off like investors showing up like willy-nilly, people actually like noticing and doing this, we actually know it's already happened that this is going to, I mean, the hells are on the way out. Let's just say it that way. They're an old neighborhood.
Mm,
They're a bad neighborhood,
yeah,
and they're on the way out.
yeah. The bulldozers are coming.
They're getting ready.
Hmm.
We're fueling them up.
Right.
Um,
And they've had plenty of warning. Time to evacuate, but
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
and those bulldozers are going to be joyous
Hmm.
and hefty and swift,
Yep.
and to us, they might just like be Tonka toys
Hmm.
to bring about, what the real Earth is, the Earth we know it, the one that we know and befriend, not the one that was taught to us long ago that's going to kill us.
Yeah.
Bring out the Tonka toys. I mean, I laugh now when I see kids playing with little Tonka toys.
Hmm.
Getting ready. They're getting ready.
Look out! I'm coming to destroy the hell.
Yes! The hells are destroyed. That's our next commercial.
A little claymation thing.
And they're scooping it all up and destroying the hells.
Yep. Wow. We better.
Paradox Toys, you're welcome.
Carve out your own little patch of heaven.
Yeah, yeah. Um, it's just like the ghoul coloring book. Color your own ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
Fun one. You know, pick your color. What resonates with you? How do you feel right now? Pick it. Color your ghoul.
But no matter what you color, it turns brown
Yeah,
because that's the actual color you're emitting.
that's fabulous.
That
It's
is,
it's shit brown.
yes.
What? His
And
crayons don't work.
when you progress, it's barf brown
Yeah.
because you're releasing things.
That's a technology to create. It's like whatever crayon you apply, it becomes just the same color.
Yeah. Ooh, or that matches your mood, whether you believe it or not.
Yeah.
Mood crayons.
Oh, that's something I'm sure exists in the hells already.
Yeah.
Colored crayon that only makes it look brown anyway, no regardless of the color. I'm sure
Some
that. Yeah.
arrogant, asinine artist. Damn it. Color. Font. I'm a master. Don't you know that?
None of these crayons work. They're working perfectly.
I'm breaking them all.
Yeah, the opportunities are endless for our our wonderfully otherworldly goods and toys. They're very honest.
And I was just gonna say exactly the same thing. Honest goods.
Yeah. And they're joyous if when you really think of them.
Yeah. Uh,
And children know this. They love to like destroy stuff.
yeah.
And it's not in a malicious way about people or humanity or anything like that. They build it up and they're like, this really, I don't like it. They feel it. They don't like it. They knock it down.
Right. Or they love it, so they knock it down.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. You knock it down.
Hey.
Um. Yeah, but those crayons that's gonna work. The perpetually brown crayons in all different colors and shades, all 128 of them. You get a pack. It's like all these multicolored crayons, like beautiful, like rainbow colors. They all color brown because it's all shit.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh,
so much to do.
there's a lot of work to do, and I'm sure we'll even be doing this work in the spirit realm, so we've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no hurry, but look at what we created just right now.
Right. It's already in manufacturing mode.
Yeah, they're ready. The prototypes are now cast. And I even see Anthony kind of like thinking, "You guys are really crazy."
What?
He's really, oh my gosh. He's like, you better look out for these two when they get here.
Oh,
And that actually feels really appropriate.
yeah. We'll have lots of friends
Yeah.
welcoming us.
Yeah. Well, we have lots of friends or they will be friends, but they will be the ones to say, look out for those two. Because they were full of mischief. They're still full of mischief.
Yep, coming through.
Yep. Like the neighborhood here is going to change.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, what a relief.
Yeah. That's all it takes.
Yeah, I'm really glad.
Yeah.
Those paradox toys will revolutionize the industry. And they actually there was just like good herbal concoctions that tasted like chocolate to the masses. How brilliant.
Right.
The Cabbage Patch Kids craze, kind of that kind of thing. Oh wow. It's the destroying the Hells truck. The what a dump truck.
Yeah.
The far true dramatic front loader.
Front loader.
Yeah. Well, that was a lot of fun ideas. I like that.
Backhoe this.
Backhoe this. Yeah, and the companion was like, "We've got your backhoe."
Oh my God.
So, uh,
Ah, I'm all tingly.
yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
We can't give away all our secrets yet, so
Nope. This is just for us.
just for us. All right. And now we're going to stop the recording because that's enough for the recording part, at least. Okay. Meow.